I'm going to try to do a video from my phone since my computer hard drive is now being replaced in the shop because my computer is down. The hard drive is going bad. My computer is only 2.5 years old and it's already having a hard drive failure, which just seems kind of outrageous. It's a Dell computer and supposedly state of the art so that I could do music and videos on it. So now it's pretty much rendered useless for the last week. I'm having to have that repaired, and I had wanted to do a video because the Lord showed me something that absolutely stunned me regarding how it's going to happen in the end. And these are actual quotes from somebody. Now, I just had a little major incident last night at the place I'm staying. They had a man staying there that detonated an explosive on the other wing of the building. They had the SWAT team, the bomb special weapons forces come out, the bomb squad, the robots with the robotic arm. They had SWAT team all over and a big flatbed truck that rises on a lift that can reach the 3rd story. And there was a sniper with an automatic weapon on top of that. The situation I found out today was that the man was a person that had been convicted of murdering his own grandmother in 1998, and he was on parole, and he had propane tanks and knives, and I don't know if he had a gun, but there had been other incidences there just within the last month or two. I was able to get all this film footage of what happened last night. We were made to leave the premises, and we weren't allowed to go back until around noon today. And then the fire alarms were all going off, so you couldn't be there, so I was getting a major headache, and I had to get my belongings at least out for a while. They had the entire sprinkler system go off in that unit because the guy exploded a device and it blew out the windows, and the sprinklers went off, and it damaged everybody that had any kind of computers or anything. It damaged everything by spraying water all over. Fortunately, I was on the other side of the building, and none of the sprinklers went off over there. But as I was coming back there, I had all these police SUVs swerving around me as I was going to turn into the place, and it was all blocked off by fire trucks, and then everybody was standing outside. The bomb squad came, and all of this stuff was going on. So you might just be praying for me. I am desperately needing to have a home, a place where I can take my belongings out of 3 storage units, and it's getting to be too costly to deal with all of that, and I'm barely making anything here. I just really need prayer. And now I will go on with what I was going to tell you in this video, because I think this really is stunning to me, but you have to hear it. And I wanted to start out talking about the word submission, and I wrote down some notes here, so I'll just read them. It's a little bit easier to do this on my computer, but submission is the action of yielding to superior force or to the will or authority of another person. So, quite literally, us being forced to wear these stupid masks is preparing us, and the word practicing social distancing, practicing submission. That's what you're doing. You're practicing submitting to the New World Order, and this New World Order will be headed by an Islamic Antichrist. And now let me tell you how I know, because Islam submits in submission to the crescent moon god. I would like to read to you now a direct statement that I read about the Sanhedrin. And then I'm going to read you another update, I guess another point to prove that point. So here it goes. Prepare not to be completely stunned, but this is how it's going to happen with the Antichrist. It says, another important quality of the Sanhedrin. Now, this was spoken to the Sanhedrin by somebody in particular. I'm not going to say who. But it says, another important quality of the Sanhedrin is how it is the authority that will introduce King Mashiach to the Jewish people. It is therefore very important when the esteemed members of this Sanhedrin point to a person and say, obey this person, he says, we will understand that this person is the Messiah. And then believers, now he's talking about those who follow Judaism, the Jewish believers in Hashem. They will be obligated to follow him. Whoever the Sanhedrin points to and says, that man is the one to follow, they are obligated to follow him. And they have the authority and power to obligate the people to follow him, and they must do it. This is going to be the Antichrist that they appoint. I would like to say that the word obligated, when it said that they would be obligated to follow the one that the Sanhedrin chooses as the Messiah, to obligate means to bind or compel someone, especially legally or morally. So, the covenant with many, the covenant the Antichrist is going to make or, confirm with the Jewish people, I believe that'll be the legally binding aspect of the obligation to follow this Messiah that they already say in the Sanhedrin that they are having meetings with. And it very well may be this person that I mentioned in one of my videos when I mentioned regarding revealing the man of sin. Now, what's so alarming about this, and I will go on to read a quote from Walid Shobat. He has stated, group claiming to be Israel's Sanhedrin ready to accept Islamic Mahdi. Now, as we know, the Turk has already told them that the Messiah, the Messiah, the Mahdi, the Islamic Mahdi is the Messiah. That's what they're telling the Jewish people. Shobat goes on to say, the Muslim world is awaiting an Islamic Messiah who will make a covenant for 7 years. This Mahdi will come from a non-Arab region, enter Jerusalem, and make a covenant with the sons of Aaron, the Jews, as stated by the Turk that I mentioned before. the one who came to my channel and is now trying to get ad revenue off of my video. If you can believe that YouTube would allow that, even though I put the fair use doctrine in there. And I don't even get ad revenue. I don't make a dime off my videos. I don't run ads on them. I don't interrupt them. And what is really shocking is that the Sanhedrin had been meeting with the Turk, the one that they may actually appoint as the Messiah. What is really shocking, though, is that one of the Sanhedrin leaders, one of the leaders of the Sanhedrin court, Rabbi Ben Abrahamson, and his wife, they consider themselves to be Musawi Muslims. They're Jews. And I looked up the Musawi Muslims, and it actually means that you believe that you're descended from Muhammad directly. So, the Jews, this Jew in particular in the Sanhedrin, is saying that the Muslims are perfect Noahide followers. And he's tying them all into the Noahide laws. So you will have the Muslims in control of the Noahide movement, including the Sanhedrin enforcing it. There's certain comments that I cannot post, like the penalty for that. So please don't post those words on my channel, because I'll have to delete them. But you already know, and some of the other believers on here have talked in depth about the Noahide laws. You know who they are. I know who they are. This Rebecca Abrahamson's written a book about all of her husband's connections to dealing with the Muslims and trying to make a peace between the two. So I've got somebody standing here over on my left, and I don't know what they're doing. Okay, sorry about that. So they're actually accepting and believing, when I say they, I mean Rabbi Abrahamson and his wife are believing that Islam is the original religion of Adam and Noah. And therefore, they are the perfect Noahide followers. You don't see the Christian world being promoted, do you? Jared Kushner just invited millions of Muslims worldwide to come to the Temple Mount to ascend and pray there. So what's really going on with this mass submission and causing the Jews to submit to a lockdown for 2 weeks? Because the Sanhedrin is going to bring this person out from behind closed doors and say, this is your Messiah, you must obey and follow him. And they are preparing the Jews under this submission to be following this Messiah figure that they select. The mask wearing worldwide, it's all intended to reduce you down, to make you submit. I was in an Italian restaurant one evening, and a woman waiting on the tables, all dressed in black, had a big black mask on. All you could see were her eyes, and then she had a big shield over that. And the first thing that I thought was, it looked